Shay DJ Mzengaman.
To me,
It's a music that say babe.
Zengaman,
The big boss.
Tawela. Let's go.
My baby, baby. Nifuna uzibe. No one can take your place. My heart is where you stay. Nifuna uzibe. Oh, mutima wanga baby. Ni wanga chabe baby. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You. When you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You. When you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You. When you gonna. You.
There's a beautiful garden, mumutima mwako baby, ndiwe wanga so changani chako baby. Drunk in this love, ani mwako baby, pari iwe ninafapo baby. Ishi wedi ovedi avangechi shima muchiswe baby. Uwate kanya baby tawabe chiveveve. Sheba nukota vade fwaya kova sevele. Tinkale banja tikankale mumutendele. Ooh, damn loving is nice. Waking up to you like glad I found a wife. Your lashes are like bristles on a paintbrush. With every blink you add color to life. I thank Jehovah God for Mrs. Right. Thank God for the day that made this ignite. And with this ring I will promise you this, alright. You get a partner forever and a kiss goodnight, my baby.
Nifuna uzibe. No one can take your place. My heart is where you stay.
My baby.
Nifuna uzibe. Oh, mutima wanga baby. Ni wanga chabe baby. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You.
You give me the same joy as when babies smile in their sleep. Carefully, perfectly crafted from your head and down to your feet. Made from the finest clay, the tint is brown. You're like a fresh breeze of a wind coming in, blowing like a moving car with the windows down. Life, you help make this whole thing go round like Uncle Dotoshe. Tapaka vepo churu nangulo mulundu pano pake chivi chako mulunka kongoshe. Waba nechitararira chankunda, wabo wafuka umfwa, wela ticheze. Ninapita mopako ticheni kopeze. Ninalira na wako tiniri bebebe. Mulungu wanga na kunipasira wewe, nipempera eve.
Nifuna uzibe. No one can take your place. My heart is where you stay. Nifuna uzibe. Oh, mutima wanga baby. Ni wanga chabe baby. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You. My baby, baby. You when you gonna. You.
And Beats Generation Music.
Keep chronic.
Hello, and happy Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time, this is INSAKA Talk Show. My name is Priska, and we are filming live from Baltimore, Maryland, different states. INSAKA Talk Show is hosted by 4 amazing Zambian women that are in different states. We have amazing topics lined up for you. We are talking with Brother Henry, important things, and you guys just stay tuned. We're also talking with Aka about the Convoca, and we'll also be discussing Judge Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Before we talk about all of that, could I bring in my co-hosts, starting with Nelly?
Hey there, Priska.
Hello, how are you? You look amazing.
So do you, girl?
How
Fine.
is Dallas?
Yeah. It's good. The weather is fantastic. It's nice and warm. We had Palm Sunday today at church.
It's all about the red lipstick, right?
Yeah, popping.
It's powerful. And before we get into that, Irene, all the way from Chicago.
Hello, ladies.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. You look amazing. I love the earrings.
Oh, thank you so much. I needed the yellow. Yellow is a happy color.
I love the whole look.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
And my neighbor right here in New Jersey, I always call her name Winnie Sonda Hope Foundation because she's doing amazing work with the foundation. I can never say her name without mentioning the foundation. Hi, Winnie. How are you?
Hey, happy Sunday. Happy Palm Sunday.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You look amazing. I love that dress.
Thank you. Yep,
I love the
African
dress.
dress.
Does it come in my size?
Yep, it can come in your size too.
I love
Looks
the
like-
braids.
Looks like Priska and I, have the same memo, and you two have the same.
You know,
memo.
we always have like this. You know, when God sends there's a little bit yellow, I am like, okay,
I know.
hair down, like all that.
Love
Yeah.
it. So amazing things, history, the confirmation of Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, ladies. What do you think? Let's talk about that.
Well, it only took a few hundred years, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She was
I'm
the
actually, go ahead.
first.
Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead, Erin.
No, I'm just saying, life has changed now. We're seeing things that we didn't see in, like we were not there in the 100 years ago, but things are changing. And these faces, famous faces, powerful women and men of color are changing the game.
Yeah.
So many young people that lost their tracks in life, when they see people like Katenji, they see themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
look at her. She's a chocolate beauty. She's not, look at her.
She's only 51 years old.
Exactly. Most of the times, young ladies think a beautiful woman has to look like a Barbie, but she's just a beautiful, educated game changer. I'm so proud to have her on the team.
And she is a second generation from a family to attend college.
And there we go.
She's only 51 years old.
Only.
Yeah, she's only 51 years old.
You know, the point that I like best was when they said that she's qualified, more than qualified.
Right.
That point just made me like, she's more than
right?
qualified.
She also worked with Obama, which is history in the making.
I know. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
Obama.
Why? She's more than you guys. She's more than qualified. She's 51 years. And 51 is very young where we are. I mean, how old are we? 51 is like a couple years away from us. She's going to be there for the next 40 years.
And
She's going to change. And, we have a vice president as a woman. I feel like women, as we sit down together, women can change a lot of things because we are not greedy.
As an African American woman.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is in 2016, Obama had, vetted her for being a potential nominee for the Supreme Court.
Really?
Yeah. When the Justice Anthony Scalia passed away. So, of course, we all know it didn't happen then, but to put it out there, President Obama did try to get her nominated at that time. It didn't work out, but I'm so glad that President Biden decided to go ahead and follow through.
So proud.
Yeah.
When you know.
Time.
When God says it's your time, it's your time.
Absolutely, yeah. That's amazing.
Martin Luther King said he had a dream. He had a dream. This is the dreams. When he was really a prophet. He had a dream. He was a saint and he had a dream. And we are now seeing this dream. And imagine what our children are going to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know the beauty about saying that, going with what you're saying, Winnie, the beauty about Katenji is she has a very supportive husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that's what completes the look, because most of the times we look at who's around her, who's around him. But for her, she met this man when they were in college. I think they met at Harvard, and they've sailed through together.
Amazing. Goosebumps. Jesus.
Held her hand and say, "You know what, baby, it's gonna be okay. I believe in you." And look where she is now.
Amazing.
Well, without
all the brown and dark brown and children of color out there, all the little girls there's hope.
It makes us happy. It makes us happy.
Yeah, if you choose to be a Supreme Court justice one day,
or a vice president,
or a vice president, or president,
or president.
Host.
Yes.
There are no limitations. Of course, education, like she was the most educated one. She had served the longest. So without forgetting all of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that was
amazing.
Yeah, well, before we bring in our next guest or talk about the ceremony that's going on in Zambia, as you guys know, we always talk about what's trending in America and what's trending back home in Zambia, because that's where we're from. We are proud Africans that live in diaspora, that talk and discuss anything that's going on. And if you do have any topic that you would like us to talk about, please do send us an email and message on INSAKA Talk Show. We're on YouTube, on Facebook, and do not forget to subscribe and share with them. Right now, tell them INSAKA is on. The ladies are here. We have Henry is going to talk about it. Before we bring in Aka and talk about what's going on in Zambia, we're going to go to commercial. When we come back, Irene will introduce Aka. Thank you.
Awesome.
Organization in the education, health, and human services sectors? Do you need grant funding for your organization? Or do you need help developing programs to help you raise money for your nonprofit organization? At Vibrant Funding, our mission is to connect our nonprofit partners in the education, health, and human services sectors to the financial resources required to achieve their mission. We support nonprofit organizations based in and operating in the United States and Africa. We offer the following services to new and established organizations: program development, donor engagement and retention, grants, research, and writing. Contact us at www.vibrant-funding.com or email us at info@vibrant-funding.com. Call us at 404-751-6802 to learn more about our services and how we can help you to have an impact on the world. Vibrant Funding, connecting donors and nonprofits.
Hello. Happy Sunday again. Welcome back to INSAKA. My ladies are back.
Hello.
All right. So thank you so much, Priska, for talking about Katenji. That was beautiful. I wish we had more time to talk about her because she's worth talking about her forever. But unfortunately, we have to go to the next step. So we all know we are celebrating a Kuomboka ceremony, a very colorful traditional ceremony in my country, Zambia. I wouldn't want to like steal the show because we have a very vibrant young man who will be telling us all about this ceremony. And he's no other than Masheke Akashambatwa, aka Manamulena. Welcome, Miss Eke.
Hey, how are you doing? How are you doing, Irene, and all the panelists and presenters? It's good for us to be here, and I'm glad that I was invited to talk about this very important traditional ceremony in the western part of Zambia, as we know it. Some of us had come from there as Balosland.
Okay, so Aka, can you tell us what the Kuomboka ceremony really means? Like, what is the ceremony about? Why is it celebrated?
Right. Thank you. Thank you for that question. The Kuomboka ceremony is one of the oldest ceremonies in Zambia. It's been around, it's believed that the Kuomboka itself is almost as old as the people or the Lui people that settled in the western part of Zambia. The Kuomboka ceremony itself began as it wasn't really a celebration, but it began as a necessity to move the king of Balosland from the flooded areas of the lower Zambezi plains, where the summer capital is actually located in Lealui, royal village. What started off as a necessity of moving not only the king, but also his family, his belongings. It was basically an escape. Kuomboka itself literally means getting out of water. So it is basically running out when the Zambezi floods. It floods most of those lossy plains to an extent that it becomes dangerous to the people and the villagers in those areas. And it was necessary that the king and the people and the properties move to the higher grounds at the royal village in Limulunga. And so Kuomboka is literally means getting out of the water and shifting to the Winter Palace in Limurunga.
That's nice.
Okay. That's very nice.
What is the hat that you wear? What does that represent?
Basically, this is a hat that is worn by warriors, and it becomes synonymous with our Lozi traditional attire. This is the lishushu. In plural, you can call it mamashushu. They wear these you see them worn at the time that there is any important occasion in Balosland. You're going to see people wear these hats. They are very colorful to see on the Marikwanda, which is the official badge that the king uses to travel a journey of about 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
From Lealui to Limulunga.
Oh my gosh.
100 paddlers, over 100 paddlers, strong men are called in the night before the actual journey by the Litunga at the sound of the drums called Maoma. Sounded by the Litunga around maybe about 19 hours in the evenings to call the warriors to gather at the Lealui harbor where the journey starts from. It sends Maoma is a traditional beat that signals that the king is ready to move, and it signals calling of all the warriors in the area to get ready to move the king out of the Lealui area into Limulunga.
Wow,
that is great. That is all great, awesome. Do you have children? Do you teach them about your Kamboga ceremony? I would like to know if you do.
Yes. No, it's something that has been passed down from our ancestors down to the next generation and the next generation. So it is our duty to teach our children about the importance of the journey itself. It's a celebration, but it's also an escape. It was a necessity, like I said at the beginning, that the king is moved and that the people so the king doesn't move alone. Most of the times he'll move with his wife in a notila, another barge. It's not very, very common, but the queen has her own barge that follows the Narikwanda across the Zambezi plains into Limulunga. And so, yeah, we the Balosi people pass down this knowledge to our children, and it's my responsibility to ensure that they know and understand their culture.
beautiful.
That's very nice. So now, Aka, my question is the clothing. I know the women's is musisi.
Mm-hmm.
What about the
Yes.
men's? Because I see men wear skirts too.
Yes.
What is that?
Yes. The men wear what we call siziba.
Oh, siziba.
Right. It's a nice, neatly made kind of Scottish skate, if you want to kind of liken it something.
Mm-hmm.
And also they will have a nice, you see that we wear dress up shirts with a nice bow tie. We are very smart people. We will have to look good.
We know that.
You know
we
that.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Look at me looking like,
smart. We want to look smart. We are the only ones who wear bow ties.
Jesus.
My brothers.
Yeah, we wear also a small, vest coat on top of the nice shirt, and then you wear of course, this is under there, and you look at the shoes. The shoes are polished as well.
Polish shine. No, polish shine.
Looking long stocking, long dress up stockings. So women, you gotta look at these lousy men with the serious eyes now.
Hey, Jesus. This is a wonderful. Wow. Good
knowledge. No, this is very informative. Now, if somebody missed their Komboka, when is it celebrated? What actual date? So people can look for next.
His Majesty the King of the Barosiland does choose the day and time of moving. So it happens usually during the rain season. That's when it actually happens. It happens between, just at the end of March, April, May. Within those 3 months, the Komboka can happen. But really, the decision lies in the levels of floods on the lower Zambezi. And so you might find that the Zambezi swells as early as late March, and you find that first week of April, like it happened this year, the king decides he's going to move his royal court to Limulunga.
That's interesting. So it brings me to a follow-up question, right? This started as a necessity, as a way to escape, to survive, if you will, right? And now it's turned into a ceremony that's celebrated countrywide. So my question is it still necessary for the people and the king to change or to move because of the floods? Are we still experiencing floods even today, or is it just done as a ceremony?
No. In fact, it's necessary during floods. I don't know if you have followed it. If you have followed it, there are years we have not had Komboka.
I see.
I think I don't know which other year. I think we never had Komboka in 2019 because there was drought.
Those droughts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for us, the Komboka is not automatic that it will happen. If there's no floods next year, you won't see Komboka happen.
Right.
So there were several years, in fact, that happened where there was actually no Komboka because there was no water.
There was no water.
Yeah. Around. You have to realize that, I don't know how many of you have been to Lozi or Western Province. The Mbezi floodplains, that's a livelihood of many villagers.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people go there because that's where the fertile land is. We do a lot of cattle ranching. Local heads of cattle are fed down there. Grow a lot of rice. We do a lot of cassava. So there's a lot of subsistence agriculture and fishing that happen in the plains. So when you hear, fish from Western Province, it's coming out of those flood plains. And so when it floods up, people have to move from those flooded areas. It's not just the king; they abandon those areas, to escape from floods. So the Kuomboka really is still a necessity. People move when the floods happen. It's not driven by it's every year that we're going to have. It's not automatic. So the king decides himself when to move. And the preparations begin, especially they will look at the level of flood to begin those preparations.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much, Akar, for coming to our show. This is very, very informative. Before we leave, there was a lady that I think Princess Mangala. She wanted to acknowledge that what you're saying is the truth. There, Princess Mangala said, "Truth, brother, volume." So you see your sister is rooting out for you. But thank you so much for coming on our show. And we definitely would want you back on our show for other things. You're in leadership. We know that you can share other things that we can learn from. And you probably can learn one or two things from us too. But thank you so much for coming. You guys, do you have anything last for Mr. Akashambatua?
I just want to say thank you for for you coming on this platform, especially coming out, you dressed up. It's just good for our children to see that. And as the INSAKA Talk Show, we really want to bring in all our cultures. It doesn't matter where you're from, as long as you're in Zambia. And thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me. And definitely take time to also enjoy the festivities. This is one of the largest traditional ceremonies, actually by numbers, in Southern Africa. We should be proud of ourselves as Zambians.
Absolutely.
I know we have great ceremonies. We have other ceremonies that are celebrated by great peoples of our country. I think it's important to take culture and these ceremonies to higher heights because they are really important for our ourselves and also for future generations.
Right.
This is how you do it.
All right, we are now going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back with more juicy topics.
Yeah, I know it. What time? Check time. No, it's still.
Hello. Happy Palm Sunday. So today we have a great topic with my brother. But before I call his name, I would like to bring in my co-host.
Hello.
Hey.
I was like, but hey, it was amazing. Like, it's good and it's very important for all of us to know each and everybody's culture and respect, because we are all individual people and we are all Zambians. And our goal here as INSAKA is to talk about everything. And right now, I'm going to introduce you guys to my brother, my spiritual brother. His name is SAKALA. Welcome, Henry.
Hi, Winnie. Welcome, ladies. You all look beautiful as always.
Thank you.
SAKALA, how are you?
I'm blessed, my sister. How are you?
Good. Mwabwera kunsaka. Lero mletufika.
Alole moneka bwino. Abali abakashana bakutira nangule mpitira mule kumana nanko. Mulandu wabusuma kwati aletira mwapoleni.
Ngenukira na bwino ka?
Wayasukira fewe mwine ya mkwai. Kanshita kupozesha obusuma fe bwakupona.
Thank you, Mwara tufika polero, te?
Today we just wanted to share knowledge, edify ourselves. Sometimes we have to be real in life.
Mm-hmm.
Fake life has to be left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Many times we have regretted that if somebody told me this, I wouldn't have made that mistake.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because vice had we back obufi. So ubufi bakweba ebo wasenda. Nangu ni muchupo omuntu akweba obufi bwa muchupo. Iwe fya bufi bakwebele fe wa mulechita muchupo.
That's true.
So the question is, we're just being live. It's always a pleasure for me to come to INSAKA to contribute and to share knowledge and pump logic in one another as we are moving forward in this journey of life.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
I always love to see you guys and ladies, and to see you talking all kind of issues, traditional. You are real. You are going traditional. Tamle panga fat yo mwaba kwa America shani mule chitoto enu twa busungu twa kutola ukatola.
Anyway, I'll start with this, Henry. So we brought you here. We said, this is for all of us. We have children, we have our grandparents, we all been taught something. But here, I think today is about hygiene. We're going to start with hygiene. Like, not just because we the only one, just about hygiene in general.
Very important.
It's very important for us women to take care of ourselves, because our body is, God says, our temple. This is your temple. Take care of it. Take care of yourself. Sometimes, but we had to next because not everybody will tell your friend that we can to share mumapa.
Nali kumenya ko mukashana nafwala bwino sana le monika bwino nati kono icho kashana muso yo nafikire mpepe but ale nunkemiso.
Yeah.
Like really, you just had to hit it.
I know, like seriously.
Misu.
Yes, I was bothered.
I thought he was going to say Ichibe.
Ichibe at least to understand that. Lord, what's wrong with this? Hello, Mukufuaidisha na equation we yo kaputula.
But this is why
I married at Kaptula Aishibeshan.
It's true.
So you have to have an underliner.
If a fan of they won't bangish by underliner. What if a bangabonfia in the place of underliner? So Mulan Dwarfia, to that to Miss Tuaku on Kapambi.
That's very true.
Companion point was by
no, but Henry, in that in that situation, if you do like the girl, beyond the smell, you like her, how do you approach her to tell her that, you know, there's this part of you that you need to like take care of? Otherwise, you're a very beautiful woman. I'd love to know you. Do you tell her right away, or you get to know her and then slowly slide it in?
You're gonna offend somebody, and the response you get, it might be a judo match. So, if you know somebody and you are familiarized with somebody, bengi twaye babo twasanga balenunka mukano wabo ka babugam
wantinya.
Trust me, because you know it's just being real. Because tawule fire umuntu alelanda na iwe, you become so comfortable. Ero bambita tababelengana ma nane verbal
cues.
Yes. Abutila talelanda na ulelo shomono. Vale ale kukonga no kode. Yo nachala. So it is important. I can't be real to somebody on Shishiri. Alan Gumoru, Pialanje be fiabola. Alan, he or she will think something different about who do you think you are. That's true. Unless somebody, if you know somebody, approach the person in a smart way and talk to them. Trust me, this kind of thing works in different aspects of life. Even in church, when a pastor is praying for you, ero pastor le nunca mukano. Ero ale sale kako pako pepa balalandira pamenso. Fuma mwishina dia kwa Yesu padwa. So pastor le nunca mukano. Ipe pota wajumfu.
That's very true.
So in that case, like when you're dealing with a pastor, like a preacher, right, and you run into an issue like that, how do you approach it? I think as a man or woman of God, I think it's important that they know.
You know.
Tell the elder in church.
You know,
just tell him.
Spirituality.
Oh no.
Bandivaiche pampashi. Nangulefa yokubafa. They will take it a different way.
Yeah.
A matured pastor will take it as a positive contribution to you. That's why, as a man of God or anybody, you should be smart in different aspects of life. So that Nangolimu Church, you teach your followers that at least because you all pano let's concentrate to pepe kuliresa obe na wimyamaboko. Umbiale binder.
I have a question. What's wrong with just telling someone? Because me, I'm a person that tells.
Yeah, bakakuma iwe.
No. You know, umuntu kuti afura, but message nase.
Nothing.
But anybody nje bapwefia but nishininda.
Yeah, just be like, Winnie, did you put on Ron today?
Yeah.
It's like namuya kupate umuntu afuelenga crown, lipstick ya red, amala ya yellow, isketi ya black. Mayo next time.
Muka matching.
They'll get mad. But chikashala mumu.
Okay, number actually I've got seven to say not everybody. There are people in village and people they know they sell raw. If they don't have it, we do have traditional stuff. What are the traditional stuff they can use? My
dear sister, that's a very important because we need to balance. We shouldn't just look at the way we live here in the diaspora, saying everything is at disposal, that we can access them. We have our brothers and sisters who do not have that privilege.
Yeah,
we have. But God is so merciful that in every aspect of life, He has a provision which He has put there. Look at Colgate. Sande padi perfume tifimo. If you babon fio kuspusha mukanwa, and it clean the teeth good, and it keeps the mouth clean
fresh
with a fresh kind of smell. Even in a mumapa.
Yes.
Some people they use is it baking
baking
soda. No to
Baking soda. Lemons. You can use lemons.
Not indim kabidi indimu kumia zushaba mbwe chimena na pafishala.
Kwa tola sijeba fancy
wasema. No kushita. You
exactly.
can do that.
Yeah, that's a great point for those that don't understand Bemba. You can use lemons. Pick a fresh lime, cut it up, squeeze the juice. Immediately you come from the shower, dab it in your armpits and your privates, and you should be good to go. Now, at least it's going to protect you from that smell.
And because it's going the fishing. If
you no matter how beautiful a lady can be, when you get to make love, if it's a smelly lady, even all the emotion disappears. But
how you tell your partner if you're about to do the do and then munobe alenunga wala mwe bashan
iyo mkwaenga alenunga is your partner mwe ati my tend to sambe not at kasambe.
Yes.
You make a mistake.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that tend to sambe because kununka kwakwe kobe.
That's true.
Echo abera partner obe.
That's true.
But inga wambo kumpushinga like a problem. That becomes a problem. Like
she said, how do you respect your partner? Because where we are, if your partner comes to you and says, Winnie, I think you should go take a shower. You're about to like your own nice up and laundry. Now sans perfume bati. Nishna shomno bata usambide all day. I think I would like you to take a shower. You'll be like, but I'm ready. Well, we're not offended.
No.
Then bye.
Go ahead, my love.
Then bye.
Yeah.
No,
the question is called 10 to Sunday. 10 to Sunday. It means now which time, but now which party. Later on, idio mulima joking fintuna fluama. Naima muleba ko gwino. Not idio onse mwaisa mufire mwachite fyaishiba. Fine. You need to size the opportunity when to say some important issues. Because abantu bali pusana.
I think both men and women you really need to like get rid of your underwear, undergarments. Every 6 months you should be able to buy new ones.
Throw them away
and then buy new ones.
I think Zambia.
I'm talking about if you cannot afford, that's a different story. Ways of keeping up with hygiene. For Anakashi, you cannot use underwear though. 2 years to fall up your underwear. Don't care.
Why not?
That's never right.
Who said why not?
I think
but at least chimona toothbrush. Every 6 months.
Afili hapo saka yefu akambia konchitemeno.
You know what? It's new and improved these days. So no, I disagree, Irene. As long as you wash, and these days, even if after you wash by hand, washing machine, it's going to come out nice and sanitized.
New. Smells new.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just saying.
That's good.
Yeah, yes. And then she said Kalembla. Do you want us to read some of these things? Yes. Kalembla,
let me see. Keyword is what we call akapa, armpit. Okay. So Kalembla keywords are armpits. I guess if you have.
Yes, you have to like rub it in.
I'm curious to know how you use it. Do you rub it in or
no? So you shake it like this. I remember at boarding school when I was 8. They used to. My mother married you take it, you do it like this.
You rub it
like this.
Mm-hmm. Like a certain
smell. The dough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then you use it in the armpit.
Because this
So kalembola, for clarity, for those again who don't understand Bemba, kalembola is sweet potato leaves, right? So if you take sweet potato leaves and you rub them like this in between your hands, and then the liquid that comes out you dab in your armpits, that works as deodorant. Awe, twafundwa lero.
Nanonje, nanenge, Nirenda Mumba, she says you can use wet wipes always when you use the bathroom as a woman. I think she's referring to Uloa Nunkile Misuri. I think she's referring
Mama
to
na abengi bali yapa date tefu na date umuba kwatile shuko lyakala nokuchita materialize. Because a date you can't continue with another date. Umuntu lefa yokumishiba aisale nunka mukano. Aisale nunka ka. Ero le mushiba. What more ngamaya step 2.
I know, right?
Yeah. So some of those stuff we need to take care. Don't.
Okay, the other thing vaendo nataka kuipisha nga balumendo to understand papa kashana balumendo bene bali kwata mafia balumendo if ofabana gashi we go in, we use the bathroom, we wipe like you said nanonge wet wipe nambalumendo bashitanga ba bathroom bayimina basunda na kumyonda basambire futi babwera bama uketa kuminwa if nashitana kurosha kuminwa face nashita so lemposha nati na busamba kuminwa, you know, stuff like that. Because it's not hygiene, it's very dirty. So most of the time, I know you're my friend, I always check you off my bathroom. I said, shani. I say, hey, tata, ava, basamba.
No, muntu wande mulumendo onsafira le nunkira bwino mu mapa na mukama no kusamba. Understand this thing. A man, when he's going to the bathroom, before you pee, wash your hands, because us, we hold the banana when we are peeing.
Yeah.
Ero kumino kwali ba bacteria zumo tuikete nga twachiba mu batu le poshanya shanya elo wa mkusunda ta usambire kumino eri ama James bari abonso poseshe mu mbamba wabasha kuli ba wayasha kuli ba kalumendo. So the first thing you wash.
Yeah.
Elo wa sunda. That's what you do. And then when you finish again, you do what? You wash.
You wash your hands.
Many people forget about that principle.
Yeah.
And along that bari once a week elo ana ukorwa kunganda datu bacteria tonso kwete
waisha mbaka shini mwele
kabiri bonzi na mukorwa mano tamudi bide na gwambeko. So
yeah,
that's
a great point. That's a great point by Henry. You know,
I'm telling you, a lot of especially for forever korwa limo nango ni kumyeso. Some of many mothers got pregnant with a man ufumine kukorwa alenu nkaramukanwa echo abana bafumina abafurwa lyose.
Can we
just answer? Yeah. Henry. Nonenge is asking, she's actually saying, especially aba uncircumcised, they smell a lot. Is that true?
I would say
is that a valid question?
And I would say no.
Yes.
What
men who are uncircumcised?
What causes somebody to stink? Not being clean, right?
Yes.
Buche lesari pangiro muntu abasacircumcised.
No.
Pesa mkuita pesa circumcised, right?
No, yeah.
Mipangiro kutila ati circumcision is for cleanliness. When you understand the Bible, circumcision yafuminetefi. Vali mu matololo tefi. Vali ya mu matololo tefi. So understanding the disease which they can get from the dirtiness.
So they were dirty.
They better be open to So I will say on that one, I'll put it a question mark because anasamba bushina na clean barenga ngule mkusunda ngata usambire kulifiko ngawatilo sunde ichena chilafuma washi batawe nchisambire nangwifiko fyamoneka waya wamya.
Yes.
It's not about that. You have to
you have to know your
I think that's where she's coming from. She's just saying.
My question. Sorry, Irene, to cut you off.
No, I was just going with what he said.
Winnie, before you ask your question, can we go to commercial and say thank you to our sponsors, and you can ask your question when we come back?
Yeah,
we can do that, Mama.
Commercial, thank.
My whole life, my father told me stories about moving to the United States. He would tell me that his brother, my Uncle George, was already living here and let my father stay with him for a while. Through my Uncle George, my father was introduced to our cultural organization here in America, who helped him make connections, apply for college, find his first job, and adjust to life in a completely different culture than he was used to. The Cultural Association helped him get started on his new life. My Uncle George would bring my father with him to the annual Summer Cultural Groups Festival, and later, he would bring me. It was incredible to see so many people of all ages laughing and celebrating with food and song and dance. It brought back the best feelings of home and gave my father the opportunity to pass his culture, language, and values on to me. My father and Uncle George were very close, so when George died last year, my father wanted to honor his wishes to be buried with a traditional ceremony back at his birthplace. My father told me that because Uncle George had cultural group life insurance, he was able to afford to bring George home and have the traditional burial George wanted. Though my father had been able to honor my Uncle George's wishes, it got me thinking about my own family. One day, I'd have to make the same arrangements for my own parents and my wife's parents as well. Of course, we would want to bring them home and honor their wishes, but it would be a financial hardship for our family. There were a lot of things to think about, even though I really didn't want to think about them at all. When my father told me about cultural group life insurance, he told me it's intended to help families when they need it the most. It's not tied to an employer, so no matter where my career takes me, I'll always have coverage. The more people who participate and the younger they are, the more it helps keep the insurance premiums down for the entire association. Because my parents have cultural group term life insurance, there will be money available to help me provide the kind of service I want to give my parents. And by joining, I can put my mind at ease and continue to celebrate our traditions into the future. With cultural group life insurance, I can worry less and spend more of my time celebrating with the people who matter most to me.
Thanks for joining us and welcome back to INSAKA Talk Show. My name is Nelly Matatila Bartholomew, and with me in the studio are my co-hosts Priska, Winnie, hey,
hello,
and Irene. Guys, before we went on commercial, we were talking to Mr. Henry Mazaela SAKALA. So can we bring him back in? Hello, brother.
I'm still here.
That was a very, very interesting conversation, very insightful on hygiene and just, life topics. So we have come to the end. I can't believe that time.
I know, 1 hour.
Right? We definitely have to have you back, brother. So ladies, we'll start with Winnie. Any last words for our brother Henry here?
We're just grateful and thank you for always being there whenever we call you. We'd like you to come back because in Shipuisha continue. Because you know what, hygiene is very important in a relationship, in our children. We need to teach them younger as they grow up, so they don't smell, they don't embarrass us, are your partners. So I feel like this conversation maybe once, twice a month, we'd like to have you. We can just talk more and teach among ourselves, and it's really great. So thank you, Henry.
Yeah, and one of the comments that just popped in, Nonenge said, yes, part 2, please. So
part 2, yeah. Part 2 is much needed.
You know, the good thing is that Kale, to be secretive and not Ukulanda. It's like they will tell you that, oh, you are a woman. All you had is you just let him finish whatever. Tawishi benoko tifumine chebere ko bwangalo bwatu mulonde nkola webere ale
Atubwangalo bwashani
bwatu mulonde nkola kula kitwenge chango.
Oh my God, what is
that even?
And actually, I'm just saying, when somebody in our tradition, like somebody comes from drinking cachasu or whatever, because it's just a man with this man figure, when you are not even stimulated, you are not even ready, you just wanna go ahead and whatever. That is wrong.
That's why you're coming back.
That's why communication is important. So ladies should be taught to communicate back. Not just because they unsunga uchita fiance, so I should be a kabwa. Fiance fibale for I am quite bosses. No. Anyway, kutina legeni nimpuisha supu.
Oh no, you come back.
No, actually, I was gonna say we would like you to come back already. You've seen they're saying part 2. The lady Nononge, please forgive me, I am not very sure if I'm saying it right. She actually said something before she said part 2, and I'm gonna read what she said. You ladies, we can think about that. She said, I wish you could sometimes do a live audience on such topics and comments. We can explain ourselves. I agree with what you said. It's my experience, and we need part 2. Yes. So you see, they are craving for part 2. So I Henry Polish and Zapato.
I am at your disposal.
Mr. Henry, come back, please. See?
I am at your disposal.
Because
real has to be real.
But that's why we said keeping it real with you. We want to be like that. This is Insaka. That's why we are bringing Insaka on your home. Subscribe, like our page, follow us, share, because here we are all here. We need to teach ourselves. Hygiene is the most important thing with all of us, not just beauty, not makeup.
Hey, why makeup 2 inches?
All right.
You are too much.
Ladies and gents, we are on time. So thank you so much to everybody that's watching. Our sister from Zimbabwe, Marsha Mutusi, for the support. Thank you, Nonenge. You have been our biggest, loudest fan today, or supporter, if you will. We appreciate you, sister. And of course, Princess Mwangala has been there also. So thank you to everyone, including Mama Chapoloko, who was watching us today and gave us tips on calendula, using sweet potato leaves for keeping your armpits unsmelly. Now, to close us out, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to our guests for today, Mr. Akashambatwa, for teaching us the traditional information about the Lozi, the Kuomboka ceremony, as well as our brother Henry Sakala for joining us today and keeping it real with us. So join us again next Sunday. We love you. We appreciate you. We have a juicy topic for next Sunday. Our guest next Sunday is going to be none other than Zeli Zulu, script writer for the new Netflix movie coming out on May 5th, which is Blood Sisters. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Yay!
ushirekelesha wana bowe we utalika mavimbi we ukoselecho mutima niwe ushirekelesha wana bowe we utalika mavimbi niwe we ukoselecho mutima niwe nalile bafula kile pepo lya kwasewa na kubukote ima uirange takwabe chakosa kuligiwe tewatewa filwa iyo we walengele ameshi ayalula ukuwa yalowa sawa kwa Israeli ilange ay 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 ilange Yesu ilange kama tayo ya moneke kwaba ima Yesu balanga makayobe leka wasabatila shamata kwaba ima Yesu balanga makayo ishiwi pamashiwi yose